Hello, friends. So it's Saturday morning. I just had my healthy bowl of oatmeal. I wanted to sleep late today, but I couldn't for some reason. I woke up at like 7:45 and tried my best to go back to sleep, but couldn't. Even the dogs, who, by the way, are like so ready to get out of bed way before I am, were passed out. Like, are you kidding me? He's gonna get up now? So I'm up and restless. Maybe that's like a side effect of exercising and healthy eating, is that you wake up with energy. I really don't know what that's like. So I guess I'm going to go get in the gym before rehearsal. We had this discussion in rehearsal the other day in the Tamari Cooper show, because there's this line in the show that refers to that album that came out in the 70s called, was it early 70s or late 60s? One or the other, called Free to Be You and Me, you know, Marlo Thomas. And I told them I had never heard of that album until I was in my early 20s when I moved to Houston, and I saw it at my friend Greg Stanley's house. And they're like, "You're kidding me! You didn't have Free to Be You and Me in Arkansas?" And I'm like, "No, we didn't have Free to Be You and Me in Arkansas because you weren't free to be you and me." That's ridiculous. I mean, on the occasionally you would see a Sesame Street or an electric company that would make its way through the TV, where you saw little black kids and little white kids playing together, but otherwise it just didn't happen where I grew up. Well, except for me, because I was kind of an outcast and I liked to play tetherball with all the little black girls at the elementary school. That's the one place I felt it, like I fit in, so that's what I did. But of course I was a kind of a weird child growing up. You know, when I moved to Houston, I discovered all kinds of music that I had never seen before, like the New Wave. I never heard of New Wave growing up in Arkansas. The biggest thing to hit our hometown in the 1980s musically was Urban Cowboy. I remember trying to learn the lyrics to The Devil Went Down to Georgia. And I still don't know that. Bread and pick back chicken out dough. What is that part? Bread and pick back chicken out, picking out dough. Chicken out the pick, chicken out dough. I don't know that part of that song, but I think I know everything else. One freak did make it through, Boy George. I knew about him because we did have MTV. It didn't seem to be like real MTV. It seemed to be like filtered, like country kitchen Christian MTV or something to me. I don't know. But Boy George made it through. And of course, back then, of course, he was gay. I mean, here's this white guy with a white girl face with black girl hair, but we never talked about it then. But I did, for Mother's Day one year, give my mother a Culture Club album, Karma Chameleon, and she just loved that. I think she probably thought I was quite creepy giving that to her for Mother's Day, but she didn't show it. Yeah. You know, of course, I wouldn't know anything about popular stuff anyway, because I was such an outcast. I remember in freshman year in high school, I created in my brain 2 soap operas. One I actually wrote down as a script and gave to my 1 or 2 friends I did have for them to read, and that went on for months. That one was called The Stories That We Tell. And then there was the soap opera that I made up in my head and acted out in my own home. Oh yeah, I would put a big old towel on my head and pretend like I was the resident diva of my own soap opera, walking around being bitchy to the dog and kissing my bunk bed posts or the corners of walls, pretending like they were my, boyfriends or whatever. That one was called The Unfolding Universe. And that went on for longer than I'm comfortable saying. I think it started probably when I was much younger, but it went on for a very long time. And like characters and characters and characters and like storylines, but I just tons of storylines developed over the years. Years? I just let it out, didn't I? Years! So, never heard of Free to Be You and Me, but thank God we are, and thank God I am now. So, uh, that's about it. I'm still doing good with my health. I think it gives and takes, like some days are good, some days are bad. Whereas I'm doing really well on food the past couple of days, I'm not doing as well with like diet soda and cigarettes because I went to a bar last night and had a couple of beers and smoked up like I was some sort of, like the old days, like it was a few months ago. And of course, like during work, I drink lots of water and I don't smoke and no Diet Cokes, maybe one a day, but sometimes I have to go dip my spoon in the peanut butter and lick it. So there's little cheating here and there, but the results are still good because I did lose 3 pounds this week, which is great. That's fantastic. So, that's it. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you around. Bye!